So this engine I have in front of me here is an Enya 19X. Pretty old designed engine. This is an engine that a buddy of mine from RC Groups bought off of eBay and just had it shipped directly to my house. He gave it to me for the purposes of trying to clean it up, see how it runs, all that good stuff, then I'll get it back to him. In general, I have no idea how old this engine is. In general, it's very well used and watched. You can see how this is how much compression I feel. I can very easily just rotate that through. So the carburetor doesn't even turn at all. Throttle barrel, obviously the needle valve turns and we're good there. Just looking at the top of the piston, it's got a lot of use on this engine. So it came like this, and then it had this remote needle valve assembly, which I'm not sure why, because there's a needle on here. I don't know why that came with it. And it also came with this muffler here, and this port on this muffler is a priming port that they used to use on really old engines of the 70s. This is exactly how the engine came to me. So just kind of want to give it a real preliminary look. Just notice that this thing isn't, throttle barrel doesn't work at all, or doesn't rotate at all. So this engine is going to provide a little bit of a challenge just to try to see if I can even get the finish to look much better. I'll probably work on the outside of it first and then go to the inside, and I can see right here one of the screws has been replaced, back plate screws. One has a washer here. This is a Phillips head screw with a big washer. I'll probably see if I can go to a hardware store and replace those. Another thing I'm noticing here, which is quite scary actually, is that these head screws were Allen head screws, but it looks like somebody has cut a slot in them also. So I'm hoping that I can remove them and actually disassemble this engine and clean it properly and get it running again. But when I see fasteners like that, it really bothers me because of the fact that it could easily strip and then I'm kind of hosed here, and I really don't want to do that with an engine that isn't mine. One thing that's interesting with this engine and this construction is it looks like the bosses to hold this, I think this is a two-piece head. I see a parting line here. I thought this was something that they only did on the 20 size and up, but this looks like this whole portion of the head actually comes off, and it looks like these screws are long enough that they actually go and thread down in here. So this will be interesting. If I'm successful in getting these things out, then it should be pretty interesting to see what the inside of this engine looks like.